Hi there, welcome back. Today we are going to do something a little different. So this idea actually came to me from a friend of mine who I talked to the other day, and she said, Andi, I just really enjoy watching the videos, but what's WordPress? So it occurred to me that there are a lot of people who don't know what WordPress is, or maybe they've heard of it, but they don't quite understand it. They don't know what a content management system is. So what I would like to do today is just return to basics and talk a little bit about what is a content management system, and specifically, what is WordPress and why do people like us love it so much? Well, WordPress is a content management system that lets you create, manage, and publish websites and blogs. Now, WordPress is actually the most popular content management system in the world for a lot of good reasons that I'm going to talk about in a bit. So back up for a sec. What is a content management system? Well, it helps here to talk a little bit about history. So back in the day, we're talking pre-1990s, websites were built using static HTML code. So each page had to be manually coded, and so did any changes. Often, if you had a website somebody else had built, that meant you had to go back to the developer for every tiny little change. And this was hard, and it could be expensive. So during the 1990s, developers had an idea to create simple content management system tools and frameworks that would let you enter information into a database that would then dynamically populate the web pages. So what does that mean? Well, basically, you enter it all in one place, like you fill out a form, and then it magically appears in your website. And developers created these tools for themselves to start out with to help their workflow and make website administration much easier for when they were helping their clients. In 2003, blogs became a thing. Everybody had a blog, and WordPress was created to help those happen. However, the more people worked with it, and the more developers worked with it, and the more non-developers worked with it, they realized that because of all the functionality it had, WordPress could be used for more than just blogs. It could actually build whole websites. This was a game changer. So other companies and organizations and developers got on the CMS bandwagon, and other CMSs were released around this same time, like Drupal, which is still very popular today. It's super complex. It's more friendly to developers than it is to regular people. And then there's Joomla. Easy to use, but limited in its functionality, and also very difficult to secure. So Joomla websites got hacked a lot. People were able to use all of the different CMSs and try them out, and comparisons were made. Just quick side note here to show you this cartoon that was popular at the time. It shows you the learning curve for all the different CMSs. You can see that WordPress and Joomla are pretty flat, and Drupal turns into this cliff that people are throwing themselves off of. Even today, you'll find that large organizations that use Drupal tend to administer their websites using a small team of developers rather than teaching content owners how to change the content themselves. In the years since, WordPress has now become the most widely adopted CMS in the world, including large, sophisticated sites in higher ed and government. A lot of major universities, including the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, use WordPress, and a lot of government sites do as well, including whitehouse.gov. That's also a WordPress site. WordPress is now behind award-winning websites that are typically professionally created, but then are user updated. All of the administration can be done in-house without the need to turn to developers. So why WordPress? Why did it get to be such a leader? Well, it's easy to use, pretty intuitive back end. Training on it is simple, and it's easy to teach to other people. It's very flexible. There are a lot of plugins and a lot of functionality that you can accomplish using WordPress. It's highly customizable. There are off-the-shelf themes. However, experienced designers and developers can create fully custom WordPress themes for you. It's scalable. You can start with just the minimum of what you need and then easily add on to it over time. It is inherently SEO friendly, making WordPress websites easy for search engines to find. And free updates for functionality and for security are released regularly and are very easy to apply. WordPress websites can easily be made to meet or exceed ADA accessibility standards, things like image alt tags, link text, color contrast, heading hierarchy. All of these things can be set easily within WordPress. And there are also plugins that will monitor your website's accessibility and help you make changes. And WordPress is not just for websites that include text and images and content like that. Fancy e-commerce stores use WordPress in combination with the WooCommerce plugin for customer-centered online shopping that can integrate with social media, has robust analytics and reporting, and can link to external third-party systems. So if you have another system handling your inventory or your shipping, that can integrate with a WordPress WooCommerce website. And having a WordPress website professionally designed and developed is actually a value because future redesigns can be done without completely starting over. Finally, since WordPress is so popular, there's a huge community of users, developers, and designers who regularly and openly share their knowledge, offer support, and create tutorials. In general, the whole WordPress vibe is friendly, not proprietary. You are absolutely smart enough to learn WordPress and take care of your website yourself. And that's WordPress in a nutshell. As always, if you have any questions or want to learn more about WordPress, contact us. And if you have a WordPress website, subscribe for our super fast WordPress tips. Thanks.